Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in for this week's nugget. We are going to be working in Excel this week, and I'm going to be showing you a little bit about naming ranges and how we can use them for navigating within Excel. It's really cool. It's something that's talked about in more detail in our Excel Beyond the Basics course, and we can even use them in formulas. We're not going to talk too much about that today, but we'll be showing you some really cool things. So here we are in this spreadsheet. It's not that many columns wide, but it's certainly a lot of rows. It's a lot of rows. We've got a lot of rows here, over 3,000 rows. So one way that we can move around our spreadsheet is by using the name box here. Right now, up in the top left-hand corner, it says C3. Why C3? Because my cursor happens to be on C3. So if we wanted to go somewhere like H3000, you just know that you need to go to cell H3000, I can click up here in the name box and I can type H3000, enter. And it takes me to that spot and it selects it. So there it is down at the bottom, kind of thinks that I'm interested in seeing the stuff on the top left-hand corner of it. Now that's pretty handy, but how do you really know what cell that you want to go to? So quick way to get back is I could go back up there and type A1, but I'm going to go Control Home and that takes me back. So what you could do is you could almost do something like a bookmark. These are all the numbers that were drawn in 1982 for this lottery, and that's at the top. And if you wanted, you could go down here and say, oh, here's where they start at 1983. So you could go here. It doesn't really matter where you are, but if I click there and then I go up here, I can type in what I want to name that cell, and then you're going to see how you can go there really quick. Now if I just go up there and I go 1983, it gets really confused. It says you're not allowed to use a number for the name. So what I might have to do is do something like click there and go year 1983 or Y 1983 and then enter. So I have just named that cell 1983, and then what I might do is I might go down here and I might click here. There's 1984, year 1984. So just, I have to put the word year or some kind of text in there because it doesn't allow me to put a number in there. Of course I could do it for all of them. I'm not going to do that. And on this spreadsheet, I would never sort it because then that's a little bit crazy. So I'm going to Control Home to get up to the top. And then here's how you can use that. If I click on the arrow beside the little name box, it lists me all my named ranges. Hey, I'd like to go to 1983. Bam. There we go. It takes me to the cell where I was when I created that. Now I'd like to go to 1984. Takes me to the cell I was on when I created that. So some people use find, and you can do that too, but this is a way that you can almost like bookmarking it. And what's nice about that too is if I was on, say, sheet 2 and here I am and I'm typing or something and I want to get over to 1984 really, really quickly. Look what's up here. Those same named ranges are up here. I'm on sheet 2, but if I go to year 1984, it takes me all the way to the other sheet and then on the cell that I had named. So you can use those named ranges across your sheet. A lot of people use this, like I said, for navigation purposes. It's just really easy to get around in. The other part to this is that you can actually use this for selecting as well. The first way that we did it, it just kind of took us there. It really did select. It was just selecting that one cell. But this way we could take a bunch of stuff and name it. So I'm going to have a named range for all of these. This is going to take me forever. If I click and drag, I'm going to go Control A. That selects the current region. And why didn't it go to L and M? Because there's J and K that are blank in between. And if I scroll down on the right hand side, we talk about this in our Excel courses as well, down at the very bottom, it knows to grab them all because there's no blank rows in there. A lot of people tend to put a blank row in between their heading and their first row. Don't do that, because then you can't do stuff like this. So I selected that, and I'm going to go up here and I'm going to click there. Don't click on that E9 or whatever. Just go right over top of it, and I'm going to say winning underscore numbers. Now, why the underscore? Because it doesn't allow spaces. And it doesn't actually allow dashes or hyphens either, because that's a minus sign in Excel. So winning underscore numbers. And then over here, I'm going to do the same thing. This is one that we use in our COUNTIF class in Excel Beyond the Basics. We go in and we figure out how many times the 1 has been drawn and the 2 and so on. So I did a Control A on that as well. It's not as long of a list, but it grabs it all. And I'm going to go here and I'm going to say frequencies. Enter. Always remember that, enter. So I've got lots of names in here now. I'm going to say I would like to go to the frequencies. Click frequencies, bam, select. And a lot of people will hit copy, maybe paste it somewhere. If you did something like file print right now, file print, you would be able to go here and say print selection, and look what prints. Just that. I mean, I know you could have selected it yourself and went file print selection, but this just makes it a little bit quicker. And I don't even have to unselect that or anything. I can just go to wherever I want. Look at winning numbers. There you go. There's your winning numbers. Frequencies, winning numbers, 1983, 1984. You can do just about anything with it. If I always want to print this whole thing, like all of this together for one reason or another, then I could name that. So lots of different reasons for that. So I hope next time that you're in a spreadsheet, you might consider, if you're always selecting the same stuff, make a named range for it. If you ever need to make any changes to your named ranges, you could go up to Formulas, Name Manager, and here's where you could change your mind. You could edit, change the name of it, also change what it refers to. Remember those winning numbers? Maybe you decided you didn't want the bonus number. You could go down here and you could change it. You could click on edit, or you could just go down to the bottom here. You could change it from I to H. And then, do you want to save it? Yes, I do. I could go here, I could say show me the winning numbers, and now it doesn't have that one. That is a lot quicker than selecting all that stuff. Control A was easy, but that only worked to get everything. So I hope you can use these. These are really fantastic, and again, in our other courses, we learn how we can incorporate named ranges into our formulas, which is even a better idea. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.